Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the 12 new Bobber motorcycles 2026. Number 12, Honda Rebel 300. The Honda Rebel 300 is coming into 2026 with a cleaner look and a stance that fits the Bobber crowd without pushing the price out of reach. It keeps the low seat and relaxed posture that newer riders like, but the styling feels sharper with tighter bodywork, a shorter rear fender, and a new LED setup that makes the bike look fresh right away. The engine is still the single-cylinder unit, but Honda made it smoother for 2026. It has better low-end pull, so stop-and-go traffic does not feel tiring. The power is not huge, but the delivery is steady and helps with daily rides or weekend routes where comfort matters more than speed. What is new for 2026 is the small update to the seat foam, better vibration control in the bars, and tighter tuning in the ABS system. These changes may look small on paper, but they make the bike feel more mature. The price stays friendly, landing in the low $5,000 range, which keeps this model within reach for students, new riders, and anyone looking for a low-cost bobber without high upkeep. In short, the Honda Rebel 300 gives you a fresh bobber look, calm handling, and a price that stays gentle on the wallet, making it one of the simplest and most sensible picks for 2026. Number 11, Triumph Bonneville Bobber. The Triumph Bonneville Bobber steps into 2026 with a sharper stance and a cleaner body that suits riders who want a pure bobber feel without extra bulk. The low solo seat, the floating pan look, and the wide bars give it that stripped style the US crowd likes, and the metal finishes feel solid in hand. Triumph kept the riding posture relaxed, and the bike sits low enough that most riders can plant their feet with no stress at stoplights. The engine keeps its strong twin layout, and for 2026 Triumph made the throttle response smoother at low speeds. This helps a lot during slow traffic or tight turns where some bobbers can feel rough. The torque comes in early, which gives a calm push when rolling through city streets or pulling away from a light. Even though the motor sits in a classic frame, the ride stays steady and gentle thanks to good heat control and a refined tune. What is new this year is the updated LED kit, a clearer dash, and small changes to the seat foam that reduce long ride fatigue. Triumph also tightened the rear suspension so the bike handles rough pavement with more control, something many riders asked for. The price sits at $14,000, which is higher than smaller bobbers but still fair for the strong engine and premium build. Fuel use stays reasonable for a bike in this class, and service costs stay steady because Triumph has a solid dealer spread across the US. In short, the Triumph Bonneville Bobber brings a strong mix of charm, comfort, and control that fits riders who want a clean bobber with serious road presence. Number 10, Harley-Davidson Street Bob. The Harley-Davidson Street Bob comes into 2026 with a bold stance, a stripped look, and the kind of road feel that US riders expect from a real bobber. It keeps the tall bars, the low seat, and the dark finish that made earlier models popular, but the new model looks cleaner with tighter wiring, a neater headlight shroud, and smoother panel lines. The engine is the same strong Milwaukee 8 unit that gives the Street Bob its steady pull, but Harley refined the tune for better low-end control in traffic. It feels smoother in the first few gears and gives a steady push without sudden jumps, which helps newer riders handle city streets with more confidence. What is new for 2026 is the updated LED kit, a slightly firmer rear shock, and a cleaner digital dash that shows speed and gear with better clarity. The tank badge gets a fresh finish, and the clutch pull is lighter, which many riders will notice in daily use. Harley also improved the seat padding so longer rides feel less stiff across the lower back. These changes make the bike feel more put together without changing the core shape that fans love. The price falls in the mid-teens $1,000 range, placing it right where most US riders expect a full-size Harley bobber to sit. In short, the Harley-Davidson Street Bob offers a clean bobber style, steady power, and daily comfort in a package that feels true to the brand and ready for long miles. Number 9, BMW R12. The BMW R12 comes into 2026 with a clean bobber stance and a low profile that fits riders who want a mix of simple style and solid build quality. The frame lines are smoother this year, the tank has a tighter curve, and the seating setup keeps you low and steady without feeling cramped. The engine keeps the flat twin layout that BMW is known for, and the 2026 tune gives smoother pull at low speeds. Torque comes in early, which helps with relaxed rides and calm throttle use around town. The vibe control is better and the heat spread is more balanced, so long rides do not wear you out. What is new this year is the updated LED setup, a clearer round dash, and a firmer rear shock that holds the bike better on rough pavement. The seat gets new foam that cuts back on tailbone pressure, and BMW also improved the clutch feel so gear work feels lighter. The 2026 BMW R12 starts in the mid-$15,000 range, which puts it between light bobbers and the bigger premium models. In short, the BMW R12 delivers a steady mix of comfort, smooth pull, and clean style for riders who want a modern bobber with solid presence on the road. Number 8. Indian Scout Bobber. The Indian Scout Bobber rolls into 2026 with a low stance, a thick front tire, and a stripped look that fits riders in the US who want a strong bobber without extra bulk. The seating stays low, the bars sit close enough for a relaxed reach, and the tank keeps its tight shape that has made this model easy to spot on the road. The bike feels planted in slow traffic, and the weight balance makes short city hops simple without losing that tough street stance. The engine keeps its V-twin setup, and for 2026 it gets a softer low RPM tune that helps with steady pull at slow speeds. The torque comes in early, giving smooth drive when leaving a stoplight or rolling through tight turns. Heat control is slightly better this year, and the cooling system spreads warmth more evenly so long rides feel calmer. Fresh changes for 2026 include clearer LED lights, a sharper digital dash, and minor tweaks to the rear suspension that give the bike better control on uneven pavement. Indian also reworked the seat foam to cut pressure on long rides, something many riders asked for. The 2026 Indian Scout Bobber starts in the $13,000 range, which is fair for the strong engine, solid build, and broad dealer support across the US. In short, the Indian Scout Bobber gives strong pull, clean looks, and steady comfort for riders who want a compact bobber with serious road feel. Number 7. Honda Rebel 1100. The Honda Rebel 1100 enters 2026 with a sharper body, a low stance, and a clean bobber shape that fits riders in the US who want power without losing comfort. The seating is low and calm, the bars sit at a natural reach, and the tank keeps its tight curve that has become a clear part of the Rebel look. The engine keeps the strong twin layout, and Honda tuned it for smoother pull at low speeds. This makes city riding easier because the bike does not jerk when easing off the line. New changes for 2026 include a firmer rear shock, clearer digits on the dash, and a fresh seat foam mix that cuts pressure on longer rides. The clutch feel is cleaner, and the throttle response at small openings is softer so tight turns feel easier. Honda also tucked the wiring around the bars for a smoother look and adjusted the ABS tune to improve brake feel on wet pavement. The 2026 Rebel 1100 starts in the low $10,000 range, which is strong value for a big twin bobber with this much control and comfort. In short, the Honda Rebel 1100 brings strong push, clean style, and easy control for riders who want a big bobber that stays friendly on daily rides. Number 6. Royal Enfield Shotgun 650. The Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 steps into 2026 with a low frame, short fenders, and a compact stance that fits the bobber look without pushing the price high. The seat sits low, the bars stay close, and the mid-set foot controls give a steady posture that works well for city riding in the US. The tank has a clean curve, and the overall shape feels simple and tight, which is what many riders in this segment want. The engine keeps the smooth twin layout that Royal Enfield is known for. For 2026, the tune is a bit calmer at low RPM, which helps in slow traffic. The motor gives early torque, so the bike moves off the line without stress. Heat stays balanced on both sides, and the steady pull makes it easy to use on longer routes. New updates include a clearer LED headlight, crisper digits on the dash, and a stronger rear shock that holds the bike better on uneven pavement. The seat foam was changed to cut pressure during longer rides, and the clutch feel is lighter this year, which helps during stop-and-go traffic. The rear fender now hugs the wheel more closely, giving a cleaner back end. Cable routing around the bars is also neater, giving the bike a more refined shape. The 2026 Shotgun 650 starts in the high $7,000 range, making it one of the most reachable bobbers with a twin engine on the U.S. market. In short, the Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 offers simple style, steady pull, and solid comfort at a price that stays within reach for many riders across the U.S. Number 5. BMW R18. The BMW R18 walks into 2026 with a long, low frame and a stripped bobber style that appeals to riders in the U.S. who want a mix of strong presence and steady comfort. The bike keeps its stretch tank, wide bars, and low seat that lets you settle in without feeling cramped. The metal finishes feel solid, the wiring is tucked in cleaner this year, and the LED setup has a brighter spread that helps during night rides. The engine is the big flat twin that defines the R18, and the 2026 tune gives smoother pull at the bottom of the rev range. This helps when easing through slow traffic or rolling off a stop. The torque comes in early and stays steady, so the bike moves with a calm rhythm rather than a sudden kick. New updates for 2026 include firmer rear shock settings, clearer digits on the round dash, and seat foam that cuts down fatigue when riding for long stretches. BMW also improved the clutch feel so shifting takes less effort. The rear fender sits closer to the wheel for a cleaner shape, and the cable layout around the bars has been tightened for a smoother front end. The 2026 BMW R18 starts in the mid-$17,000 range, which fits its size, build quality, and strong motor. In short, the BMW R18 brings calm power, solid comfort, and a bold bobber stance that suits riders who want a big cruiser feel without losing daily ride ease. Number 4. Indian Chief Bobber. The Indian Chief Bobber heads into 2026 with a low stance, a chunky front tire, and stripped bodywork that fits riders in the U.S. who want a strong bobber with classic lines. The seat sits low and wide, the bars have a relaxed pull back, and the tank keeps its smooth curve that has become a clear part of the Chief style. The steel frame gives the bike a planted feel at slow speeds, and the mid-controls keep your legs at a natural angle for long city rides or weekend trips. The engine is the strong V-twin that defines this model, and the 2026 tune delivers smoother response when easing off the line. The torque comes in early, giving steady drive without needing high revs, which helps a lot in slow traffic. For 2026, Indian added a clearer LED light setup, sharper digits on the display, and a firmer rear shock that helps the bike stay stable on rough pavement. The seat foam was updated to cut down pressure over long rides, and the clutch feel is lighter, making low-speed shifts easier. The 2026 Indian Chief Bobber starts in the mid-$16,000 range, which fits a big twin bobber with this level of comfort and build strength. In short, the Indian Chief Bobber offers calm power, clean lines, and steady comfort for riders who want a bold bobber with classic charm. Number 3. Moto Guzzi V9 Bobber. The Moto Guzzi V9 Bobber rolls into 2026 with a clean, low shape and a stripped style that fits riders in the U.S. who want something simple but full of character. The tank has a tight curve, the seat sits low, and the wide bars give easy control in slow traffic. The frame keeps the bike steady at low speeds, and the mid-controls place your legs in a calm, natural spot for daily rides or short weekend runs. The engine keeps the transverse twin layout that makes Moto Guzzi stand out. For 2026, the tune is smoother at low RPM, so the bike pulls with less effort when rolling away from a stop. Torque comes in early, giving a steady push without needing high revs. Heat stays balanced on both sides, and the motor settles into a smooth rhythm on open roads, which makes longer rides easier. Fresh updates include a clearer LED setup, sharper digits on the dash, and a firmer rear shock that helps the bike stay planted on rough pavement. The seat foam was changed to reduce pressure after long seat time, and the clutch feel is lighter for easier work in stop-and-go traffic. The rear fender sits closer to the wheel for a cleaner shape, and the wiring around the bars is tucked in better for a more polished look. The 2026 Moto Guzzi V9 Bobber starts in the low $10,000 range, making it one of the more reachable European bobbers in the U.S. market. In short, the Moto Guzzi V9 Bobber brings steady power, simple style, and easy comfort for riders who want a unique twin without pushing the budget high. Number 2. Harley-Davidson Fat Bob. The Harley-Davidson Fat Bob steps into 2026 with a tough stance, fat tires, and a low frame that fits riders in the US who want a bold bobber look with real power behind it. The LED headlight stays the standout feature up front, and the wide bars keep the steering steady in both city traffic and open roads. The seat is set low with a firm base, giving you a planted feel the moment you settle in. The short fenders and blacked-out parts keep the shape tight and simple. The engine is the strong Milwaukee 8114, and the 2026 tune gives smoother pull at the bottom of the rev range. This helps when easing out of slow corners or rolling through traffic. The torque hits early and stays steady, which means the bike moves with a calm surge instead of a sudden jolt. Even with serious power, the throttle response stays easy to manage at small openings. Fresh changes for 2026 include clearer LED lighting, a sharper display, and firmer rear suspension settings that help the bike stay stable on rough pavement. Harley also updated the seat foam to reduce pressure points during long rides. The switchgear feels cleaner, the clutch pull is lighter, and the wiring around the bars is tidied up for a smoother look. Brake tuning also got a slight touch-up for better feel in wet weather. The 2026 Fat Bob starts in the mid-$19,000 range, which matches its strong engine, solid build, and premium fit. In short, the Harley-Davidson Fat Bob gives strong pull, sharp style, and steady comfort for riders who want a big bobber with serious street presence. Number 1. Honda Rebel 500. The Honda Rebel 500 enters 2026 with a clean bobber shape, a low seat, and a calm riding posture that suits US riders who want a simple, light, and easy bike for daily use. The frame stays slim, the tank keeps its tight curve, and the bars sit at a natural reach that works well in slow traffic. Honda also cleaned up the wiring around the front end, giving the bike a smoother look, and the new LED setup gives a brighter spread during night rides. The engine keeps the smooth twin layout that the Rebel line is known for. For 2026, Honda softened the low RPM response so the bike pulls away from lights without any jerk. Even though the power is modest, the delivery stays even and easy to handle, which is ideal for new riders or anyone who wants stress-free control. Fresh updates for 2026 include a clearer digital dash, a slightly firmer rear shock, and new seat foam that cuts pressure on longer rides. The clutch pull is lighter, making stop-and-go traffic less tiring. Brake tuning got a small improvement to give better feel during rain or cold mornings. The 2026 Honda Rebel 500 carries a starting price in the mid-$6,000 range, keeping it one of the most reachable bobbers in the US market. In short, the Honda Rebel 500 gives easy control, smooth pull, and a clean bobber look while keeping the price friendly for riders who want a simple bike that fits daily life. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.